welcome back to Miss On Scene. This is our first Miss On Scene of the spring 2015 semester.
Yeah.
And we have new faces with us. Well, one new face. And once again, I'm Bree Baker.
I'm Isabella Ragney.
I'm Chandler Watkins.
I'm Erin Adams.
And welcome to Miss On Scene. Let's jump right into it because this weekend is Valentine's Day.
As you can see, we're all wearing pink and purple and hearts everywhere, and I'm super pumped for Valentine's Day.
Right, and it's, you know, it's one of those holidays. It's Valentine's Day or Single Awareness Day, you know.
I don't believe in that.
You don't? What do you believe in?
I think that people that say Single Awareness Day for Valentine's Day, they're just like being dramatic because who said that Valentine's Day has to be like a couple relationship kind of thing? There's hearts and love and all this stuff, but like I'm single. I don't want to be taken. I don't want that, but I love Valentine's Day because like I was been talking about it for the past 2 weeks, Brie. Like Valentine's Day is my favorite thing. Just to like get to hang out with your friends and like eat chocolate and not care and like hang out because it doesn't have to be like you and your boyfriend. It can be your friends. It can be you and your parents. Me and my cat. Like you know.
So what are your plans for Valentine's Day then, Erin?
Well, obviously, like I just said, I'm single. So me and all my single friends, which are most of us, we're having Galentine's Day. And we all drew names, kind of like Secret Santa, so like Secret Galentines, and kind of just posted in our group me like what everybody wanted and stuff. Like I just said I wanted candles and chocolate, and then the girl I'm getting for, she wanted workout gear. So I was like, okay, whatever. But so I got her some stuff, and then I also got candy, so it's kind of opposites, but I don't really care. And then Saturday morning, we're going to the Red Door in Little Rock and gonna have mimosas and hang out, and then we're going to see 50 Shades.
I'm excited about Valentine's Day. Not that I have any big plans. I have a show on Valentine's Day, so I have to go be really dramatic in the morning. And
When
then,
are you never really dramatic?
I know. And then I have to somehow recover and be like, oh yeah, it's Valentine's Day, love. I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know yet. I have some probably interesting ththings that I could be doing, but I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens. We'll see how it plays out. We'll see if he steps up.
Called out.
Called out. What about you?
Well, my Valentine's Day plans, I really have no idea what I'm doing. My boyfriend is unfortunately out of town. So I guess I'll just be like watching movies and probably doing homework. So that's my plan. What about you?
I am going home to see my family because they haven't seen me since Christmas break. But I do have a hypothetical situation that I need advice on.
Ooh.
Okay,
Girl talk.
Okay, so hypothetically, what if a guy asked a girl to hang out on Valentine's Day, but he said it might be in a group?
Oh.
Okay, but have y'all ever like gone on a date before?
Hypothetically, yes.
Oh, okay.
Well, then hypothetically.
Hypothetically, I was going to say that hypothetically, if it's the first date, I think Valentine's Day is a really big like jump for a first date kind of thing, you know? Like I would rather hang out with a guy in a group if it was like the first time we ever really hung out. But if y'all been on dates before, I feel like that's okay to like hang out alone. So I guess maybe he's just thinking, hypothetically, that he doesn't want to jump right in on like a day that's all about like love, you know?
Yeah.
So he's like trying to take it a little more chill.
But then my thing with that is, why even say anything about
True.
Valentine's Day? Why not do it Sunday and not Saturday?
Or just the next weekend.
Well,
Or
that's
because
true.
it's just Valentine's Day weekend right now.
Yeah, I don't know. I would like just be chill about it. Do you want to go hypothetically?
Hypothetically, sure. Absolutely.
Okay, but are you gonna do anything Valentine's-y with it? I guess
I
would be the question.
think so.
Well, then I say go for it, shoot, you know?
Why not?
Yeah, I would say go ahead and do it. I mean, I feel like sometimes Valentine's Day, people take it too seriously to where it's like, oh no, if it's Valentine's Day and I'm going out with him, he definitely thinks we're gonna get engaged. Like,
Yeah.
that's not like.
I say shoot for it. You go.
Yeah, go girl power. I mean,
Right.
just.
You
go
independent
for it.
woman who don't need no man.
You can do Valentine's Day however you want it. My perfect Valentine's Day would literally be Netflix and chocolate and food.
Yeah,
Like,
same.
that would be fun for me. I don't know. But a Valentine's Day that, personally, in my opinion, I don't think would be the best is a Waffle House Valentine's Day.
I don't think it's that bad of an idea. It's
I
a
love
pretty,
Waffle House.
It's like a cheap restaurant, and I mean, what are they doing now? They're like setting it up to where it's like
They're rolling out white tablecloths, flowers in the middle, and then like I think they're playing like
Right, you
love
see it
jams.
on our screen.
Yeah.
why wouldn't you want to make waffles romantic? I mean, that can be a thing, right?
Why wouldn't you want to listen to Marvin Gaye at Waffle House with white tablecloths
Right.
and some casual like
With some sparkling cider because you
Yeah,
don't
and
have a liquor license.
And some
and some
hash
casual
browns.
toast, you know?
It's like smothered
Yeah.
and scattered. Who cares? I
Yes.
mean, I like it. I'd go.
Some doilies, yeah, I love that.
I feel like for me, it would be more of like, oh, that's what me and my friends would do. Like, that would be cute for us.
Mhm.
But if a guy was like, oh, I'm going to take you out for Valentine's Day, this, that, and the other, and like, I get all dressed up and we go to Waffle House.
I think it's sort of romantic though.
More
Waffle
importantly,
No, like just because it's like you could still get dressed up and then go to Waffle House and have like a mediocre meal there or something, but you can you make it as romantic as you want it to be. I mean,
guess so.
I mean, it can be really romantic because you guys are like dressed up in a like a schlumpy like restaurant, but still like fall in love with each other, and in that sort of situation, I think it's sort of romantic.
I think what's successful about this idea that Waffle House had is if they still continue to do it at 3 o'clock in the morning on Saturday, like Sunday morning.
Oh,
Because think
yeah.
about the bars are closing, all the single ladies and maybe boys who are upset, I don't know. They'll be leaving the bar, they'll be leaving Barriston, they'll be trying to hit up some Waffle
Right.
House. They're gonna go in there, they'll be like, see the flowers, they'll be like, oh, this is great. This is great. They're gonna make so many great tips. You know, they cater to their needs at 3 o'clock in the morning at Waffle House. That's gold.
I agree. Okay, if you think about it that way, that's a good thing.
They should
especially
probably look
since-
into that, see if it's gonna be open at 3.
I'm sure it will. I don't know if they'll still have like everything all decked
Yeah.
out anymore, but I mean, that'd be okay. But listen to this though. What about the people who don't have anyone, like the single awareness people or the people who are doing Galentine's Day, this, that, and the other, and they really want somebody, but like for like 365 days a year, not just Valentine's Day. There's this really cool thing now called invisibleboyfriend.com
Oh goodness.
and invisible-girlfriend.com, which is kind of crazy. It's $24.99 a month, and what you get is you get to pick a picture of an invisible boyfriend, invisible girlfriend, so you have like proof to show your friends and stuff, and then you get to pick what area code they're from, like so you can get a number that's exactly from where you want it from, and then you get a story. Like the website gives you a story on like where you met and stuff. Like it's pretty legit. You get like 10 voicemails a month, 100 texts a month, and it's just an invisible boyfriend. Or girlfriend. Whatever your scenario is. What are your takes on that? Like,
I'm gonna get on my soapbox for this one for a quick minute. Like I said 5 seconds ago, we are independent women who don't need no man. Like seriously, like if you do not have a boyfriend, why do you need to make one up to make yourself feel like you have self-worth? That's just maybe me. I'm being dramatic about it,
you're
and I'm like,
serious though. Like that's
Yeah.
a serious thing.
yeah, like why would you feel the need to lie to your friends or family and make these fake text messages and pictures and stuff come in just to make it seem like you have somebody that's with you? You need, like before, that was created for people who are not happy to be by themselves, and I strongly believe that you need to be happy with yourself, who you are, by yourself, before you can even be with someone else and be content with them, with you, you know?
I agree. My thing with it though, I was talking to my friends about this and we were trying to like think of a scenario and like when this would be appropriate. And my friend said, he was like, well, what about if your mom is like on your back about you being with someone you really don't want to be with anyone? You could be like, oh yeah, I'm totally with someone. Or if you're like deep in the closet and you don't want your family to know things and you're just like this, that, and the other. You may not be doing it in real life, but like,
But
you know, just a little
How
cover.
are the messages and everything like generated? Is this like computerized, or is this an actual person behind there?
Okay.
What
That's
if
a
the
good
person
question.
doing it actually falls in love with the person?
Oh, that would be a
This is
movie.
just
catfish.
catfish to the extreme.
Dibs on making that a
That would
movie.
be-
I'd go and watch it.
That would be a totally movie plot. But the thing about that is, like I said, I was talking to you guys earlier. I feel like I want to do invisiblegirlfriend.com. I want to be an invisible girlfriend. So what you do is like, I don't want to say normal people, but like,
Oh my gosh.
but like people who are just like want to do this for fun. What you can do is you can submit selfies of yourself, and who doesn't take selfies already, honestly. So you have all these selfies, you submit selfies, and like the first one, if your selfie is chosen, you get a shirt that says, I'm an invisible girlfriend, or I'm an invisible boyfriend. And then every selfie after that, you get paid for.
Okay, I was wondering if you
Really?
could get some sort of
Okay,
like
Bram
commission
doing
off
it.
of this.
Yes, you get a little, it's like barely anything, but why not?
Why
It's
not?
fun.
Yeah.
Like, you get paid for each selfie, and you get paid for like text messages. But it goes through the site, so it's not like an unsafe situation.
Okay.
So I'm gonna do this as an experiment.
Okay, you let me
And
know how
we'll
it goes.
definitely have an update.
I'm so happy. I'm so excited.
I feel like this could be a really cool little thing. But you know what? I do have an invisible boyfriend. He's like my boyfriend in my head, or like the love of my life
Like
in
me
my
and JT.
head. Like you and JT.
No.
I got the honor to meet the invisible boyfriend in my head. Common.
Oh,
The
gosh.
other night I got, you can see,
You
see
do
me
look
in
beautiful
Common.
You guys
together.
look beautiful
Yeah.
together.
Yeah.
I would totally believe you guys are a couple.
Yeah,
Thank
for
you.
sure.
Everyone's been shipping it. I like it. I think it's a great idea. I am in love with this band.
Y'all look beautiful. I cannot handle how cute of a couple you would make.
Wouldn't we? Like, we had, it was a really cool interview. He didn't do interviews with any other media outlets, just the student media. So it was really cool.
Exclusive.
So yeah,
Practically a date.
practically.
Yeah.
Except for Jared was there too, so not so much a date.
I don't
Oh,
think
well.
you'd be too interested in him though, you know?
No, definitely more my speed, and I'm okay. I know he's married. I'm still in love though.
Justin Timberlake's married and with
a
a child.
Yeah, with a kid on the way.
And I'm still trying to break that up. So sorry, Jessica, get out of town.
That's true. But it was really cool. Like, he was really chill, so intelligent, so sexy. I'm in love. I'm sorry. I can say that a million times that I'm in love. But, like, what was cool is, like, after we finished the interview, all of a sudden, it was like 5 minutes later, Amanda was like, Common wants to see you and Jared in the green room. Yeah. Yeah, I died on the inside. I was just like, oh, really?
Was he like asking for your hand in marriage?
I feel like
Jess.
that's coming eventually.
Okay, cool.
Like down the road just a little bit, but it was really cool. And like he was asking us about like Conway and just like having conversation with us, and he was like, I'm gonna do a freestyle rap about Conway. And
Did
so
he?
so he did a freestyle rap about Conway at his lecture, and all the information from that he got from me and Jared from that time in the green room, like we were just hanging out for a
So
sec.
you
You
are
guys
the
are
star of a rap.
BFFs.
So when that rap is like top 1 on the charts, I'm gonna be like, my friend Bree
He sang
wrote
a song
that
about
rap.
you practically, like
I feel
a
like
ballad.
it was beautiful, and I'm just so grateful. It was beautiful. I loved every second of it. But you know what? We're going to talk about more of this when we come back. We'll talk a little bit more about Common, maybe. I hope so. But we'll definitely get into 50 Shades of Grey, which comes out
Yesterday.
yesterday.
Yeah.
But it's like Valentine's destination thing. So we'll get more of that when we come back.
It's never too late to follow your dreams. So after 20 years in the business world, I decided to become a teacher. That's when I discovered the University of Central Arkansas offers a Master of Arts in Teaching, which helped me make the transition from the office to my classroom. Plus, the convenience of a flexible format allows me to attend classes while teaching my own. UCA put me and my education front and center. Learn how at uca.edu/online.
So this is just an interview for the newspaper. I just have a couple of questions.
Mr. Gray will see you now.
What was he like?
He was polite, intense, smart, really intimidating. Do you have any interests outside of work?
What about you? I'd like to know more about you.
There's really not much to know about me. Look at me.
I am.
To what do you owe your success?
I exercise control in all things, Miss Steele.
It must be really boring.
I'm incapable of leaving you alone.
Then don't.
don't do romance. My tastes are very singular. You wouldn't understand.
Enlighten me then.
So you guys just watched the trailer to 50 Shades of Grey. So I've read the first 2 books out of the 3, and I'm a little bit pumped about this movie.
Yeah.
And I know that there have been some sort of like mixed reviews about it because it's involving sort of like the BDSM sort of genre toward sex. And so, but I want to see it tomorrow. I don't know who I'm going to go with, but I still want to see. I don't want to see it by myself. That'd be sort of weird, but I want to see it. So, what do you guys think?
I really want to see this movie personally because, first of all, Queen Bee is killed the soundtrack.
Oh, yeah.
So the soundtrack sounds really good, which makes me want to see the movie, which is really interesting. I don't know. It just oozes sexuality in general. So I'm super pumped about seeing it. Like, I have friends, though, that are like, oh, this is not like, don't go see that. It's going to be stupid or whatever. And then I have other friends who are like, this is not the proper depiction of BDSM relationships.
I've seen that all over Facebook and everything.
This, that, and the other. But I'm like, okay.
What does that mean? I don't understand that.
It's like dominant, submissive in the
Yeah,
bedroom.
it's bondage, dominance, sadism, masochism. So, sadomasochism.
See, when I saw the trailer, I was honestly terrified. I was like, oh my gosh, this movie is probably gonna make me have nightmares. It's so scary. But then the more I've watched, like I read about it and stuff, and like heard the interviews and whatnot, I don't think it's like, maybe I'm wrong, but I don't think it's gonna be as like, I don't want to say scary, but like in my opinion, scary. Like scary or like intense as like the books, you know? Because I've never read the books, but my roommate has, and she said like she had to stop reading at some points because she was just like, kind of like taken back. She's like, whoa. She's like, kind of like, not like she was violated because she was reading it herself, but kind of like she was like picturing it. She's like, oh, okay, I gotta stop.
Yeah. Well, you can, I mean, really, I don't think it's going to be as much like the books as people are thinking because you can only do so much with a rated R movie and you have pretty much an X-rated book, right?
Yeah.
So, like, you can only do so much. So, I don't think it's going to be that intense, but I'm still really excited to see it. Didn't you say it was like some kind of fan fiction?
Yeah, the book started out as a fan fiction, which is basically you take the characters from another story or a movie and you put them in a situation that you've created yourself.
Okay.
And so then basically, hopefully you're not doing this while you're watching the movie, but like imagine Edward and Bella from Twilight as Christian Grey and Anastasia. And basically, apparently the website that she put it on said that her like fan fiction was too extreme, so she decided to take it down and make it into a book by changing the characters' names. So that's how it got started.
I didn't know that.
So that was Bella originally, technically, kind of?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. See, at least they're not vampires, though, because that would make it even more terrifying.
Yeah, more terrifying.
I feel like you'd be doing the most if you put vampires in the 50 Shades of Grey situation.
I can't handle that. What about if there's some werewolves in there that were like, you know, like banging on the door, like,
Yeah, I just feel like that would be hella awkward. Okay, speaking of awkward, but was really kind of cool, the whole Sia performance on the Grammys. Did you guys see the Grammys?
Yeah.
I did see the Grammys, but I did not see the Sia performance. Did I like crawl into a hole during that? Because I've heard so much about it and I did not see it.
Yeah, they had.
I did not see it.
You did not see it. They had Kristen Wiig performing, which was really strange seeing her as like a serious role. We actually have some footage here of the actual Grammy performance. It was Sia who had her back turned.
Yeah, she always does that though. Like she never shows her face. She never shows, like, I mean, you can see like the
She'll
front of
wear
her, but she'll have like a
masks
mask
or
or like a
helmets.
face covering, so you won't see it. So you can more like focus on the music rather than her appearance. And I mean, I've seen pictures of her, and I didn't even know what she looked like. She's actually like.
You seen like real pictures?
Yeah,
of
I've
her?
seen a picture of her. I mean, you can just go online, type in
Google
Sia, and you
it.
can picture of her. And she's older than I expected, but the voice was
Oh.
not what I pictured it with.
Yeah.
And
Gosh, her voice
I'm
is
glad that she didn't show her face beforehand because, I mean, I would have probably judged her, but her voice is amazing, and I love it. So I love her music.
Yeah, she's really cool.
She's great.
I'm gonna go home and Google Sia now so I can actually see what she looks like.
So you can actually
But
see her.
what I really so I can actually see her.
You're going to keep saying that.
I know, that's funny.
All the Sia puns, all the time. But we actually have footage of the Sia performance with Kristen Wiig.
Mhm.
And I know it starts out with everything that's happening. Like, they're like in this room, kind of like the video of
Yeah.
Chandelier.
Mhm.
And it was just like really cool, but like awkward to see Kristen Wiig.
Well, I mean, I'm sure she's just probably trying to expand her portfolio rather than just like basically Saturday Night Live. She's sort of expanding out to movies, and I know she's done a couple of serious things actually. Like she's starting to become more and more serious, but she's also an amazing like comedic actress.
Right.
So I'm all for it. Like, why not have a wide range of what you do? So.
That's true.
Yeah.
At some point, every actor has like to do some type of crossover thing
Mhm.
Yeah.
and see what's up. But it was just like, I get you want to do a serious role, but you performed at the Grammys,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
dancing in a serious thing. So I was just like, it made me feel awkward.
Was she at least good at dancing?
No, she was good. It was just weird to see.
Hey, wasn't she
It was
dressed like Sia?
Yeah.
Okay.
She was.
They all
dressed-
have like the blonde wig thing
Oh,
that
okay.
looks like her haircut. So.
But speaking of other crazy things that happened during the Grammys, Kanye almost pulled another Kanye.
Yeezy. Come on.
Like, it was kind of ridiculous. Did you guys see that?
I
Yeah.
did see that. And I know I heard that he was like kidding around and was like joking with him and trying to make a joke. But I don't know if I believe that. And I know that a lot of people like Colin is like one of the biggest Kanye fans ever, and I always have to hear him talk about him. But I don't like Kanye. I don't know. I just don't like him. I strangely actually like Kim more than I like him. I know it's weird, but
Yeah.
I do not like Kanye. I don't know why, but it's like everything he does just makes me not like him more. And his music's okay, but I just feel like under every joke that he has, there's always a lot of serious with it. Like I feel like he genuinely did not believe that Beck deserved that award, so that's why he was
Probably
doing
not.
that. And then he like tried to turn around and be like, "Oh, I don't want another thing to blow up in my face like this. I'm gonna pretend like this was a joke on my part."
I mean, I'm not a Kanye fan in the sense of like him as like person or artist. I don't know. A lot of the things he says are kind of ridiculous and very arrogant.
They're
So
so
that's-
conceited.
Yeah.
And so that's not really appealing to me, but some of his music though, I genuinely really like.
Mhm.
So if it's just about the music, then okay, then I guess you could call me a Kanye fan, I guess a little bit. But if we're talking about him as a person, I'm like, no.
Yeah.
He actually just came out with a new fashion line. I don't know if you guys saw that, but
course he
he included all of the Kardashian sisters in his new fashion line for men and women.
Did he?
And yeah, and it was like, I watched them. It's not like a normal runway thing where you go back and forth. It's just like a block of people that walk forward like all dramatically, like, and then they just turn and stuff. But like, I mean, I like some of his clothes. I just saw from what I saw,
I mean, yeah, he
I
dresses
liked
well,
it, so,
but that
yeah.
doesn't make up for his lack of, normal personality.
But
Like,
do you
he's just
think
too much?
when he interrupted Beck, that was to get attention so he would have more attention for his line?
I feel like he was probably a little drunk. And then
I feel like a lot of people are really drunk. Like
That's
I was
true.
looking through the red carpet and stuff, and I was like, Nikki, are you intoxicated right now?
probably, but I also feel like it was probably definitely about a lot of attention. Why would you? It's the Grammys.
Yeah.
Like, it's not the MTV Music Video Awards like it was before. Like, that's
Yeah.
MTV. This is the Grammys. It's the Oscar of the
The music
music
world.
world.
Right.
So you definitely did that. You were definitely
Yeah.
trying to get some shine on you. Did he even win anything? Was he nominated?
I don't know.
I don't know, but his
think
little
so.
performance with the spotlight, I was like, what are you doing? Like it was just flashing on his face, and I was like,
Yeah, it was all very, very strange, especially the I thought his performance with Rihanna and Paul McCartney.
I don't like that
Was
song.
weird.
No.
I I praise Riri. Like I have been waiting for so long for her new album to come out. It's unbelievable. Like I go crazy thinking about it, but I don't like this song. I just don't get it. I don't like it. And I like all three people. Well, sort of Kanye, but I like all three people, but I just don't dig the song.
Yeah. It seems out of place. Like that's my thing. Like the words are like interesting, like 45 seconds from Wilden and like things like that. Like
just trying to get to Monday or something like that. Sunday.
Yeah.
I don't know the words.
It was cool, but it's so slow. So those words with that music, they don't seem to match. And then it seemed like Paul McCartney was just like there. Yeah. He wasn't really
playing
doing
the guitar, sort of dancing
He's
around.
just so stinking cute, though.
He is adorable, and I mean he's Paul McCartney. So.
Yeah.
But I thought the people on Twitter were ridiculous.
Not knowing who he was, like that drives me up a wall and back down. Like, oh, Kanye is about to make Paul McCartney famous. I was like, you don't have to worry about that. He already is.
Exactly. It's like children these days. Like it kind of makes me feel like an old person, and I'm only 22, and the fact that teenagers are making me feel old is kind of ridiculous. I don't know.
I think it's when you're like the highest level of, like, you know, when you were a senior in high school, you felt old, but looking back, I'm like, you're a child.
Yeah.
Right.
You know, but then like now, we're seniors in college, we're looking back on college and high school, we're like, we're old. But then whenever we graduate, we're gonna be like, oh, we're young.
That's true, because we get on the real world and we're like the youngest people
Bottom
probably
of the
in the
totem
office, things like that. But speaking of feeling young and being young forever, there's a new app, right?
Yeah.
For the Hyper Center.
Yeah, the Hyper Center at UCA just came out with a new app called Hyperactive. Get the pun.
Creative.
And so, actually, this week, if you downloaded it, you could go to the Hyper and get a free tank top, and it's bright green, and I mean, I like it. It's really soft.
I've seen them. Yeah, it's like the purple.
Was it just this
week?
week?
Yeah, just this week. You got an email about it. Come on, guys.
Okay, so if I go over there after the show, do I get my tank top?
Probably.
It might be
Still
sold
Friday.
out, so you can ask around, but I don't know if you'll get it.
Oh, I kind of want one. Is it cute?
I mean, sure.
Lime green.
It's lime green with purple on it. It's like UCA Bears. Whatever.
It's okay.
The new app. The new app is called Hyperactive, and if you download it, and you have to set up a little profile for yourself, and then once you get onto it, you can set up goals, and you can set up challenges for yourself, and you can see your progress of what you've done, and you can also look at the schedules for all of like the Zumba classes, yoga classes, spinning, whatever. And so anyway, it's interactive and hyperactive, and you can take pictures of like what you've done and what you've accomplished and everything, and just sort of like track your progress. So I think it's really great. I haven't used it yet because I barely go to the Hyper, but I need to. But I mean,
so
I recommend
downloaded it for the T-shirt.
Yes. Yes.
In other words, you downloaded for the T-shirt.
I did, actually.
Y'all actually should be proud of me because I worked out at the Hyper for the first time probably in, I'm not even being like remotely dramatic, probably a year, and I'm so sore.
I get what you're saying. I actually, was it last week or the week before last? I don't know. I went to the Hyper and I was like, I was going to go to spin class because Shelby and Candace were like, come to spin. And I was like, this class is called Psycho Spin. I don't know how I
Psycho Spin?
Yes,
Oh, gosh.
the name of the class. And I was like, I don't know if I should do that. But then I went, but I hadn't done my orientation stuff. So I ended up being late for the class. And I just like worked out I just ran on the treadmill. But it was really cool because you could like put your music in and like you can actually watch Netflix.
Really?
On the treadmills now.
Wait, what if I don't have Netflix. What if you don't have an account? Do you have to like sign in?
I think so.
If only they give it for like free.
Yeah, they should have their own
I would
Hyper
be working.
Netflix.
I would be so buff if they had Netflix there.
I mean, it would make things more interesting. At least I feel like it would
for
be.
sure.
Oh, yeah.
But there's also this other app called Moment. And what it does is it tracks how long you're on your phone. So
I heard about that.
they say we're like mindlessly doing things all the time. And it just tells you how long you're on your phone. I don't know if I really want to know how long I was on my phone, though.
I mean, you probably do if it's like, hey, girl, you've been on here for 2 hours. Get off of me. Like, I mean, it could.
I mean, if it tells you things like, you've been on here too long, you've been on here way too long, I mean, it'll be okay. But anyways, well, what everyone should do is download Moment so you can know when to get off to come watch us. And we've been on scene.